Unrest on WSU's campus as a conservative activist visited Pullman. We'll hear from students tonight. Plus, the Washington Supreme Court has ruled against Proposition 1, which limited where public camping could happen. What the city of Spokane's next steps are.
Sunny and mild as we close out the work week, but as we head into the weekend, scattered showers return to the forecast.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Controversial conservative figure Charlie Kirk was at Washington State University today as part of the American Comeback Tour. For more on his visit and what students are saying about it tonight, we head to Pullman where Caitlin Galloway is standing by live. Caitlin?
Yeah, here on Terrell Mall, we've got bells ringing out 5 o'clock. Charlie Kirk wrapped up just a couple of hours ago. He invited Washington State students to debate him as part of his ongoing American Comeback Tour. Kirk attracted a large crowd on campus, and most of them were gathered around cheering on what he had to say. But it also attracted a group of over a dozen student protesters with pro-LGBTQ signs. Both sides say they wanted to exercise their right to express their beliefs, and it gave them a chance to reflect on the political environment of Washington State.
It's definitely a good thing to have. You have dialogue, even if it's not perfect, it's something.
The thing is mostly just everyone feels kind of apathetic. Like, we get protests in this town every now and again, but like it's mostly just older townies who are coming to it. This is honestly like the biggest thing that's happened. I think it's just like, Charlie Kirk's kind of a celebrity.
Kirk debated students on cultural issues and economics and political issues. While there was no violent confrontation, there was a lot of back and forth between those attending Kirk's debate and those protesting, and a lot of discussion of the recent assault on Greek Row. Kirk is a co-founder of the Turning Point USA, and according to the organization's website, they seek to educate students across the country on the, quote, importance of freedom, free markets, and limited government. This is just one of those many stops on his tour that goes around college campuses across the nation. In Pullman, Caitlin Galloway, KREM 2 News.
Caitlin, thank you very much. And WSU's campus has already seen political tensions get out of hand. KREM 2's chief journalist Amanda Rowley obtained a Pullman police report detailing a WSU instructor allegedly attacking a student wearing a Trump Take Back America hat. She went to Pullman today and shares the latest.
Right now, a WSU grad student and a now former WSU employee are facing a fourth-degree assault charge. Pullman police say they attacked a WSU student wearing a Trump hat right here outside the Coug. In late February, Pullman police say a WSU student reported he was attacked by WSU instructor and grad student Patrick Mahoney. We are not naming the student because he is not being investigated or charged. The student claims without any words exchanged, Mahoney grabbed his Take America Back hat and threw it in the road. The student responded by throwing his food at Mahoney. He says that's when Mahoney and his friend grabbed him and took him to the ground. The student claims he eventually raised his hands to not make the fight worse, and Mahoney and his friend left. The student says he knows Mahoney because they are in opposing political groups on campus. Police contacted Mahoney later that night. He admitted to throwing the student's Trump hat and telling him to go get it. Mahoney told police he thought that would be the end of it, but he claims the student body checked him and they started to fight. He told officers he's seen the student on campus, saying he knows he is right-wing. Police arrested and cited Mahoney and his friend for fourth-degree assault. The university confirms Mahoney is relieved of his teaching duties indefinitely, but remains a grad student at WSU. His co-defendant was an hourly employee for WSU. The university says they terminated his employment following their investigation. Reporting in Pullman, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather. Another sunny but cooler day across the region. So what's in store for Friday and the weekend? For that answer, we head outside to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goo. Jeremy?
Mark, what a difference an hour makes. I was out here at 4 o'clock and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. And now we have a couple, 57 degrees, and we'll still call it mostly sunny with a little bit of cloud cover moving through. It's not much, and 57 is not bad. In fact, it's dead on average for this time of year. A little bit of moisture still popping up in the southern panhandle, but as that moves its way out, all about the sunshine. Tomorrow winds up about as sunny as it gets before we have a chance of rain moving into the forecast on Saturday. Likely not even close to as impressive as it looks in the forecast. but it's still going to do something. I think most of the activity stays up in the mountains, and I think we wind up seeing a raindrop or two, very similar to what happened last Saturday. I think that's just the way it plays out. Sunday, once again, not going to be near this impressive. Most of the activity stays up in the mountains, and if you're down in low elevations, I think you have nothing to worry about at all. 64 degrees and sunny tomorrow, 60 with a few scattered showers on Saturday, then a little cooler on Sunday as that disturbance moves out. 56 degrees before our next wave moves in Monday, bringing about yet another chance at some showers.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Budget cuts could impact state prison libraries. State and federal cuts could result in layoffs of librarians who work in 9 state prisons. Fewer books and resources may be available. A Trump administration spokesperson called the nearly $4 million grant funding, quote, unnecessary. Our Seattle sister station spoke with offenders at the Washington Correction Center in Shelton, who say the library educates and entertains them.
It's a window to the outside to get out of the drudgery of what prison is. We understand you're here for punishment, and we're doing that, but we're trying to make our time and us better for when we get out.
A Rhode Island judge will hear arguments on a lawsuit filed against the Trump administration. Washington and 20 other states are part of that suit, challenging the legality of the cuts. The largest grant in University of Idaho history, a $59 million federal project designed to make farming more sustainable, was terminated. The program, known as the Innovative Agriculture and Marketing Partnership, or IAMP, aimed to change how major crops are grown across the state. The last 2 years were spent building community partnerships, building the infrastructure needed to do the research, and it just started accepting applications from Idaho producers who grow everything from potatoes, barley, and beef. At least 17 staff members and a dozen graduate students lost their jobs.
I hope it comes pretty soon because they said the deadline's June 20th. So if they don't tell us what we're supposed to do till June 1st, it's going to be very hard to do that.
The USDA says the university can revise and reapply for a portion of the original grant, but they haven't been sent the request for the application or information about the changes needed. Well, you might have seen on social media crosswalk signals being hacked in Seattle. Normally, they say walk or wait, but some in Seattle were changed. Take a listen.
Please don't tax the rich, otherwise all the other billionaires will move to Florida too. Wouldn't it be terrible if all the rich people left Seattle or got Luigi'd and then normal people could afford to live here again? Jeffrey Bezos.
Most of these hacked crosswalks were in North Seattle, but there have been reports of hacked crosswalks in California too. The Seattle Department of Transportation has fixed the hacked crosswalks. It's still unclear how they were hacked. We want to give you an update on the shooting that happened this morning at Florida State University. In a press conference, police confirmed the gunman opened fire near the student union, shooting multiple individuals at around noon Florida time. At least 2 people have died, 5 others are injured. The FSU police confirming the 2 people who died were not students. Video shows students running away from the shooting. Students were instructed to shelter in place.
We got the desks and started piling them up against the door. We tried to get the bigger desk, the main desk, the presenter's podium against the door.
The suspect is in custody. Police confirming the shooter is a 20-year-old Phoenix Inkner. He is an FSU student and the son of a Leon County Sheriff's deputy. Officials say Inkner used his mother's former service weapon. All activities and classes have since been canceled. This is still an ongoing investigation. As we learn more, we will be sure to update you right here on the air and online. Today, the Washington Supreme Court has ruled that Proposition 1 is not valid. How the city is reacting, coming up next. And later, Spokane Valley Police and one of its officers facing a lawsuit. What that suit is alleging when we come back.